Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. In the last part, we beat up a giant squid. And now we're actually back in this town that I'm forgetting the name of, Melmond.
Release the Kraken. I forgot I made that pun.
Because now that we have that slab from the place, we can talk to Dr. Une here to learn the riddle of the Lufeinish. They never descriptively say what that means. Pretty much now we actually understand the language of Lufein, which is a new area we can go to once we get the airship. But if you went there beforehand, you wouldn't be able to understand a word the people were saying. Pretty much railroading.
Wait, so if you couldn't understand anything they were saying earlier, what makes you think you can understand them now?
Because Un translated the Lufeinish slab, which I'm guessing is like their alphabet or something.
But then the conspiracy arises, how does he know it?
Research? Question mark? Either way, actually, why am I heading back here? I'm going to open up my other notes because if it's not obvious enough, I actually have two kind of notes going on with this game. Enemy notes and part notes. Let's see, this is part 12? That's right, I have to go to Gaia really quick and buy 2 spells. I need to buy Ice 3 for Zero and Fade for Aiko.
What's Fade in this game?
To Google.
I mean, I could probably Google that as well.
Oh, it's another damage spell. Deals 80 to 320 damage to an enemy. Only white wizards can learn it, though. Because, yeah, that's the thing. The upgrades to... I think I may have mentioned earlier, but the upgrades from Black and White Mage to Black Wizard and White Wizard is more than just pure, like, stat-wise. It also allows them to learn higher-level magics they weren't able to learn before. Either way, now we're on this little pathway. The path to Lufein is actually a very long one that you can only access if you land in that area. And it leads us into the first new enemy for the part, Red Ankylos, known as Berettas in later translations, 256 HP, no real resistances. However, they have very high magic defense, fairly at least. So they don't, and they also don't have any weaknesses, so the best way to take them out is just physical attacks.
When it said you were talking about, like, getting to level 30, is the max level 50 in this game?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was level 30, but that is Super Mario RPG,
Dragon Warrior. I think the one that introduced level 99 was Final Fantasy 3, because Final Fantasy 2 technically doesn't have levels.
Huh.
Oh, I can't wait until we do 2, because I'm gonna really... Because the thing is about 2 is that while I hate it, I'll admit, it's very easy to break.
Blood Sword! Yeah!
Go beyond that, just the way you gain stats, it's just very easy to break.
You could technically...
Heck, it's like the only game where Toad is useful.
Toad?
Yeah,
oh,
Toad's a very useful spell.
Heh. For a second, I thought you meant the mushroom gun. I was like, wait, that's the completely wrong thing.
Yeah. Anyway, Lufein here is actually a very interesting area because, first off, talking to these guys actually gives a bit of exposition more about the world. But it's in this area in the remakes they actually added in a Cid.
In this area?
I forget if he's just a civilian around here, or someone you talk to, or if he's just some guy in Legend who actually built our airship. It's been a while since I played any of the remakes. Either way, that's the only version of FF1 to ever have a Cid, really. With this chime that we get from this guy, we can enter the next dungeon, the Mirage Tower, which we'll be getting into in a few minutes. But the other thing I should mention is, in regards to Final Fantasy IX, if you're wondering how they have a Cid the Ninth, by the way, hidden magic shops over here. If you're wondering why Cid is Cid the Ninth in Final Fantasy IX, that's because they actually count the one from Tactics.
Huh.
Nuke is there, which is the best damage spell in the game, really, if you have a Black Wizard. And they also have Life 2, which it works as I believe it does in later games, fully restores your HP upon death. Anyway, cutting back to the airship so we can save some time. Land here, and now we head to this desert to get to the Mirage Tower. But not before encountering our next new encounter,
Tyrannosaurs. Allosaurus.
Yeah.
480 HP, no special things.
They drop strength tonics in later translations, which can be useful for people with low strength stats. But the best thing about them is that they give high EXP and gil.
Power source and the conformer are all I need.
Weirdly enough, though, you'd expect them to have high defense, but no, they're very weak to physical attacks. Either way, welcome to the Mirage Tower. This is an area that gets smaller as you go up, yes, but it's very simple. You can actually just head right to the stairs and skip all the treasure chests, but I'm not going to do that, now am I?
Aegis Shield.
Pretty good shield. I think that goes to Zell, if I recall.
You're about to find out, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yes, that is going on Zell.
And now we have a... Oh, Chimera. 300 HP, resist fire and quake, weak to ice, just like they were in FF9. They're weak to ice in 9, I think. That or they're weak to fire.
They are fairly vanilla enemies other than that. It can use Blaze, but beyond that, nothing really special about it. By the way, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm getting a bit far away from my mic every here and there. It's because I'm looking at my other laptop now for information. Heal Helm's fairly useful, if I recall. When you use it in an item in battle, I think it recovers HP. It's either that or when you equip it, you recover HP. I forget.
Do you know? I'm guessing you don't use it then, do you?
I think I actually do, yeah. Heal Helm to Zell. And I dropped the Opal Helm. I think it... I guess it does heal HP or something like that. Either way, it doesn't really matter in the long run. Because the thing is, Final Fantasy 1, I'll give it this. While there are things that are just downright better than others, for the most part, you can make it through with fairly standard equipment. Because if you know how to level grind, this game is still really easy. Hence why I'm one-hit killing a lot of enemies, even though at this point in the game, that's starting to change. Next new enemy...
Oh my god!
...is Batman!
Batman!
Pretty vanilla enemy other than its HP, which
called
is,
a Black Knight in later translations, which is a little bit odd.
260 HP behind that, really vanilla. Also, I'm sorry if the loop sounds terrible, but I did not know how to do audio well. Because I had to download the actual opening theme for Batman 66.
It does sound pretty bad, I'm sorry.
I take complete and total responsibility for that.
So is this the thing you were talking about?
Yeah, this is the audio joke I told you I did somewhere in here. I got a good chuckle out of my mom because she heard me editing this way back when. And that's
I love how you end it exactly when the thing dies.
You're saying?
Classic Kyle maneuver. Editing level Kyle.
First pun level Kyle, now editing level Kyle.
First, looks like I'm following in the footsteps of the right person, I guess.
Yep. And that robot looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? The thing is, the Mirage Tower is actually, obviously, thousands of years old. It was here like in ancient Lufein times. This is going to lead to the next Guardian eventually. Not Guardian, Fiend eventually.
I think you're thinking of 9 with Guardian of Terra.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
And Tiamat's a female, right?
Yeah, Tiamat's female.
I always thought it was male, because...
This is the last major
chest
chest room of the game, really, in terms of what you can get from it. Let's see. The Dragon Armor's going to Zell. We're going to trash the Opal Armor. The Sun Sword we're going to get in here goes to Zell. Defense goes to 0 from the weapon screen. The Thor's Hammer is going to be a thing we get in here, which I think they actually do downright call Mjolnir in the later translations.
Sunblade.
That's going to go to Ico.
Is the Sunblade the ultimate blade in the game, I'm guessing? Or...
I don't... No, it's not. It's just a really good weapon. We're also going to get... no, rather, I'm going to give the Zeus gauntlets that we gave to Ico way back in the, Castle Ordeals, I believe, to 0, because at this point he'll get more use out of it than Ico, because Thor's hammer, if used as an item in battle, does pretty much the same thing, only stronger.
Oh my goodness.
Really? It's... Go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead, man.
Really, the Mirage Tower, the enemies might be threatening to some extent, but there's nothing really to talk about with it, because it's a very simple area. In fact, you could say that for a lot of Final Fantasy 1, in its NES incarnation at least. Because there are a lot of stats that they took out, or no, they added into later versions.
See, like, when you're talking about something relevant, I want you to go first. If you're talking about something about, like, in the game, which you are since you're LPing it. Since what I'm talking about is completely irrelevant, it's not very important because it's just a time eater.
This isn't Sonic Generations. Anyway, that guy there is how you're supposed to learn about the cube in the waterfall cave, but I got that, like, 2 parts ago. Foresight. And entering here, we can get the next boss fight against the Blue Dragon. Thankfully, not that really boring RPG for the Xbox 360.
Nor is it the enemy from Final Fantasy IV. Yay.
Very, very simple enemy. 454 HP, resists thunder and earth, weak to fire. Nothing really special about it. I don't even think like the zombie dragon that you can run to multiple. I think it's always just one. Think. Keyword as usual.
It seems like it looks like it uses thunder. That's the same version as same thing as Blaze.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god,
see
500 damage?
Like I said, I love how I can just break the game so easily. Anyway, this is what the cube's used for. Step on this, and you're sent to the floating castle. I forget if that's what it's actually called. I'll get the actual name next part. But with that, and us entering this place, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 13, we'll be checking out this area.
Bye.
See you guys then.